friends have been disappearing all night. You don't know what's going on. You're confused. The guy behind you says, keep your eyes open. Looking around with your gun raised, you realize it may not be enough to help save you from the beast. All of a sudden, the guy behind you disappears. On the floor, you look down, and what do you pick up? A bat insignia. Yep, we're looking at Arkham Asylum. Arkham Asylum. This one's coming at you from Xbox 360, PlayStation 3, and Windows. How's this one going to stack up? Let's find out. Now, let me say, I have to confess, I played Arkham City first, so I'm trying not to be as harsh on Arkham Asylum. But there are some very stark differences between Arkham City and Arkham Asylum, and now the newly released Arkham Origins. The way this game works is Joker has taken over the asylum. When the nut rules the nut house, what happens? Well, this has got to be part of some master plan to do something greater, and yes, it unfurls as you play. Pretty sweet. The story here is actually really good, and I'd recommend playing through it for the story. The problem I'm having from this game, and not just because I played Arkham City, but as a general problem is that you're going through corridor after corridor after corridor. Essentially, they keep you in these narrow hallways, and then every once in a while they give you a larger room that you get to, beat up a few bad guys, and then back to more corridors. And come on, guys, if I wanted to play a beat 'em up shooter, I'd go back to like Final Fight, Streets of Rage, where they force you to beat guys in narrow rooms and whatnot. No, this is not what I expected from a Batman. But like I said, this was a first outing, and for what it is, this was actually really good at the time. The fighting system was amazing. You had two buttons that you didn't really have to worry about. Your attack button and your counter button. And so anytime an enemy attacks you, you hit the counter button, and you'd perform some type of arm breaker or something like that. Pretty cool. And then anytime you wanted to punch or attack them, you'd actually just hit the attack button. Now, the thing about it is that an entire match can be won just by countering. It takes a lot longer than if you strike back, but you can win an entire session against enemies just by countering. Okay, cool enough. But then you have all the bat gadgets, and the bat gadgets is really what makes Batman even better, because you get some quick fire stuff, like if you want to just quickly tap your batarang into someone, things like that. It works okay. It's not as refined as it was in Arkham City, but hey, for a starter, it works okay. What really got me about this game is it has the Batman feel, but it takes it to a much darker place. I mean, we have Mark Hamill and Kevin Conroy as Joker and Batman, respectively. Awesome. Classics from when we were kids, or at least from the 1990s. Kevin Conroy, always Batman. He is the voice of Batman in most fans' eyes. And then Mark Hamill, from Luke Skywalker to the Joker. Wow, stark day and night difference, but he really nails the creepy undertones of how the Joker speaks. Oh, wow, dang. He's the voice that haunts you. Heath Ledger was the presence. Okay, that being said, though, how is this game going to stack up? And hey, if you don't mind the narrow corridors and such, then yeah, this game is actually pretty good. It's a decent enough game. I had fun with it. I just don't like the fact that you're going through the corridors, and like I said, you can do some of the backtracking and stuff, and it's like, eh. From a moral standpoint, how's this stack up? And this game is brutal. Okay, it is brutal. In fact, the Riddler gives you a nice little anecdote. He says, okay, what walks on 4 legs, then 2, then 3? And okay, so you're thinking, yeah, humans. And he says, no, a baby, as I slowly maim it. It's like, what? That is... dude. Just things like that, which are very violent. In addition to that, you have characters like the Croc, who just... they swear up a storm, and he's extremely violent in what he keeps telling people he's going to do to them. And he describes it in detail. And it's like, wow. I mean, they toned it down a bit for Arkham City, but Arkham Asylum, this one is definitely a lot more graphic. Obviously, there's going to be firearm usage, there's going to be martial arts combat, and all the other stuff that comes with it. So if you have issues with any of that, that may be things that you may not want your kids to play. Now, and then Harley Quinn has a sexy dress to her and stuff like that. I think she's the only female character in the game. I don't remember seeing anyone else, but yeah, so things like that, you may want to keep it in consideration, keep it under advisement, but as a gamer standpoint, hey, game is actually fun. It's fun for what it was. It's not much replay value, but it's fun for what it was. So, Batman Arkham Asylum, moral standpoint, parents be on guard. Gamer standpoint, yeah, I can't give it 2 thumbs up. I just have to say, hey, test the waters. They usually have this one on sale on Steam and stuff like that. So, hey, test the waters, rent it.